Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going wonderful. Thank you for joining me. Today we are going to make a card for Spellbinders, and we're using a brand new collection at the Spellbinders shop. This collection is by Becca Feeken, and it is so fun. It's called Make a Scene. Now this is a grand Cinch and Go flower set from that same Make a Scene collection. Love the Cinch and Goes. I was so excited about this. It creates 3D flowers, and so I thought it'd be perfect to make some Get Well cards. I need to stock up my stash on Get Well and birthday cards, and so this is going to make a really pretty one, but you can switch up the sentiment and make it very universal. Okay, this set here is gorgeous. The Make a Scene collection is mostly a interactive set, but I love that there's die sets included in this collection that can be beautiful on their own or mixed and matched, and that makes it great. And I love frames. This set is perfect for that. This is called the Scallop Façade frame set, and we're going to use the smallest piece in this set. This is perfect for a A7 size card, guys, so a larger card front size. I believe that's the same size that you would use for the Make a Scene card base. I'll leave the entire collection downstairs if you want to check it out. But this is an A7 card base, and actually Spellbinders sells this. This is the ivory one. They actually sell the envelopes to go with it, but it works perfectly for an A7 size. So if you like making larger cards, this die set's beautiful for that. Okay, Becca also has a brand new stamp set. It's called the Make a Scene Sentiment stamp set. A lot of fun elements in here, and they're interchangeable with the elements with the Make a Scene card base. This is it on the back side. You can see it's an interactive 3D card. We're not going to make that today, but I did want to share with you what the Make a Scene collection is all about. We are going to use the grand Cinch and Go. And if you want to check out a video that I created with another Cinch and Go, I'll link it at the end. To create my flowers, we're going to use some orangey colored cardstock and green for the leaves. Now this is a 3-piece set. This first die will cut out 2 flowers. The second one will cut out 3 flowers. And I wanted kind of like a gradient flower just to give it a little bit of interest. So I have 3 different shades of the peachy orangey colored. And we're going to do some die cutting. We're going to go ahead and die cut out our flowers, and I have basically 4 sets. Okay, 2 of the larger, 2 of the smaller. I'm not going to use all of them, but I wanted to show you the gradient of color. Kind of the camera's not picking up the 3 tones, so I wanted to share with you the different tones. Now, if you don't have the 3 different tones cardstock, you could use your oxide inks. I think that would look pretty too. Okay, these are the 6 flowers we're going to use. Now, originally in my video using the Cinch and Go, I didn't do any of the I didn't create the flower properly, so today I thought we would do that. I do like the distressed look of these flowers, so I do add a little bit of my Rusty Hinge Distress Oxide ink to the edges of my flower. Now, to do your proper flowers, you want to use a stylus, and it's so super easy, guys. All you're going to do is go around the petals of your flowers in circular motions, and you're just breaking down the fiber of your cardstock. So depending on the thickness of your cardstock is depending on how much pressure you want to put with that stylus, but you're just breaking down the fibers in your cardstock to create a more realistic petal. Now I spent this in super speed here, but it's very, very easy to do. The larger the petal, the larger the stylus you want. Spellbinders has a stylus set. If you want to check it out, I'll list it below. But very easy to do. Just basically circling the petals, and you'll see how they curl up a little bit, and it makes it really, really pretty. So once you have did this to all your petals, take your stylus, put it in the center, and then do your circular motion, and it actually creates a cup. I've did this with smaller flowers, and I love the effect that these have. It just cups your flower and does the work for you. So that little ball stylus is nice. I'm going to continue with my second flower petal here, and I'm going to add a little bit of my Rusty Hinge. I'm going to do this to all 6 of my flowers and just curl up these petals, and then once we're done, we have the basis of our flower. I'm going to go over all the flower centers, and you'll notice too that the flower centers do have a hole in there. So if you want to add your own, they have some beautiful pearl ended stamen. These would make stunning flowers for that. For today, we're going to use a brad. Makes it easy peasy, and I know everybody probably has a brad in their stash. But I did die cut out 2 of my leaves, and I wanted to add a little bit of that rusty hinge to the edges, just so it makes it a little more vintage all around, and our leaves are good to go. Now I have tons of brads, guys, but I know your office supply stores, Walmart probably even has it, has just your basic gold brads. You could use those for these flowers. Now to doctor them up, I want to share with you a fun little trick on how to do that. I actually have orange brad, so that's what I'm going to use, but any color brad would work with what I'm going to show you, because you're going to end up covering up the top part of the brad. Now you want a real strong adhesive. You just want to add some glue to the very top and of your brad. I'm using the larger size brad. There are mini brads, but for these you want to use a larger one. But I added some glue, and then I'm going to take some seed beads. The ones that I have are silver, and I'm just going to pour a little bit in the cap of my little container, and then I am going to just dip my brad top inside my seed beads. What it's going to do is the glue is going to grab onto those seed beads, and it's going to just add a real pretty top to your brad, and that makes a perfect flower center. So if you have seed beads, I so encourage you guys to try this. You will love the outcome, especially with the Cinch and Go flower sets. It creates such pretty cards. You will be so surprised. Okay, I do need to let this dry. Now what I did is use my heat gun and heated it up, which make my glue a little bit gummy. So they're not quite intact. I suggest maybe doing a whole bunch of your brads and then setting them out overnight just to get a good adhesion. But I'm going to continue with the video, and I did, like I said, try to speed up the drying process with my brad with my heat gun. But layering is so easy. Now, since these are larger brads, you want to make sure that you be careful when you add the base of the brad through your flower, because that hole is on the smaller side. You don't want to tear your paper. But I cup the end, grab kind of that brad top, and then hold it, and then thread the next flower through the bottom or the base of it. Very easy to do, but you can see how beautiful the layers look, and I think the more layers the better. You can see the steps of the layers that I showed you. 2 layers are stunning. I mean, that's the best thing about the Cinch and Go. Okay, I'm going to open my brad, secure all my layers together, and there is your beautiful flower. Spring is coming, guys, and I think these would make some beautiful package toppers. Beautiful tags if you want to add a real pretty tag, but today we're going to make a real pretty card. This is the smallest or the most inner piece from the Scallop Façade frame set. I die cut that out with white cardstock, and you can see I kind of offset it to the right. It is such a beautiful pattern. Next we're going to stamp the sentiments. There's quite a few in here that you could use. I think this would make a nice little congratulations or a wedding card. I need get well cards, so I'm gonna stamp get well wishes on some white cardstock with my black ink, and I didn't stamp the first one too well, so we're gonna redo a redo. But I'm stamping it with my VersaFine Onyx black ink, and then I'm gonna use my paper trimmer and just trim it off. I did stamp it a little bit more to the left so I could fishtail the end, so we're just gonna trim it down and grab my scissors and fishtail the right side here. And then our sentiment's good to go. But there's quite a few sentiments in there. Life is a beautiful in the stamp set. The fairy tale begins. I think that'd be so pretty for a wedding card. Maybe using some very soft pastels for these flowers. But I did pop up this panel with foam adhesive. It is a large area from the Scallop frame Façade die. We're going to end up putting a small foam square in the middle of that. But we have open space on the left, so to fill it in, I'm going to bring in some white twine. This is whipped cream twine, and love this twine. If you guys want a good white twine, this is great stuff. I'll link everything that I use below if you guys want to check it out. But I just wrapped it around twice, and I tied a bow kind of towards the middle, And you can see the foam adhesive I put around it. We're going to add a small foam square, put it in the middle there. There's enough room for that, and I thought that was really nice. And then I have some pale blue cardstock. I want behind my beautiful pattern there, I want to add some blue. I think blue and orange go very well. They complement each other very well, so that's what we're going to add. But I like the softness for a Get Well card. Okay, next I'm going to add some glue behind my panel. We're going to adhere it to an A2 size card base. And our card front is ready. We just have to add our pretties. I am going to secure my flower with a glue dot. You could use your glue or even a foam square if you wanted to, but a glue dot, I have these large ones. I'm going to go ahead and secure it to my card front, just below the bow there. And then I'm going to add a little glue behind each one of my ferny type of leaves. And then I'm loving the way this looks. You can see where it'd be easily a nice little congratulations card for a wedding. Okay, I'm going to trim this down. I think I'm going to bring in my foam tape instead of my foam squares. We have this that's going to be overlapping on that detail die cut panel, so this is going to work out better. We'll trim this a little more and then tuck it underneath our flower, and then we have Get Well wishes for a sentiment. My glue's taking a little time to dry, so but that's okay. It gives us time to reposition the things the way we want them. But I'm not going to add any more bells and whistles. The flower center is just pretty with the seed beads. It adds enough little shimmer for a Get Well card. But that is my project today, guys. This is an option that you can use with the brand new collection at Spellbinders from Becca Feeken called Make a Scene. I'll leave the entire collection if you guys want to check it out. It's pretty neat, the interactive part of this collection. But have a great day. Thanks for joining me, and we will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.